Yes! Yes! Such ferocity. Such tenacity. I am loath to recall how disappointed I was when first we fought. But finally, after bathing in the blood and offal of your enemies, finally you prove yourself worthy prey for the hunt.
What up? I've been lurking. Ooh. Been having a blast playing this game.
It fills you even now, doesn't it? The hunger to bite down on my jugular, to feel the warmth fill your mouth and run over even as you drink deep. Good. Good. This is the beast I have longed to face. As you sharpen your claws, I too sought newfound strength. But this is no place for a final contest. Come! The heavens shall bear witness to our dance.
Ew, smile at me like that. Is Al Amigo finally saved? Kill him. I wanna. Oh my god. Is that? Yeah, isn't that the dragon? They came from the.
Welcome to the Royal Menagerie. The King of Ruin built this place for his foreign queen. He kept it filled with familiar creatures from her homeland. They bored me all. This fine specimen, on the other hand, is simply divine. Your fates are entwined, are they not, Icon Slayer? This dragon, this embodiment of unbridled despair, born of a desperate man's burning hatred for the Empire. How raw the raging tempest that churns within its breast. No myth made manifest this, but a being of pure violence. Mayhap you are the true architect of our design. You who fought the very soul of vengeance to the edge and watched him fall. You who let slip the Allegan hound to drive this icon into my arms. Oh my, have I said too much? Forgive me, this sensation is wholly unfamiliar to me. A question, then, and I should like very much for you to speak from the heart. If I were to stand aside, what would you do to this icon?
Kill it.
Ah, as simple as that. But of course, you are the Icon Slayer. Such certainty is to be expected. A pity. There is another alternative. Or there would be. Had you only mastered your abilities.
What are you talking about?
I speak of the Echo, of course. Does it merely render you immune to iconic influence, or is it rather that your influence is far greater than theirs? Granted, these implications are of no moment to a savage who thinks only of killing the beast before him. But when I read Van Belsar's reports, I immediately saw the boundless potential of the Echo. I I saw how it could be instrumental in binding an icon to one's will. Hence my research and the Resonant. I know so much more. All icons must be exterminated without exception. Such was the imperial mandate issued by my great-grandfather, after he saw firsthand the destruction wrought by one such being. They are a blight upon this star, he felt. And so he began his great and just crusade. Ha! 'Twas not justice which spurred his campaign, but fear! Fear of the icons! Fear of their power! Cowardice made them march forth to battle. Pathetic. Man should fight for the joy of it. To live, to eat, to breed. Lesser beasts snap and howl at one another for this. Only man has the wisdom and the clarity to embrace violence for its own sake. For we who are born into this merciless, meaningless world have but one candle of life to burn. I know you understand this. You and I are one and the same. Together, we could while away the bright hours as friend and confidant. If you will accept me.
No, I don't think so. No. I deny you.
And yet, in doing so, you prove me right. We are warriors. 'Twas plain from the first how this would end. You live for these moments, when all hangs in the balance, when the difference between life and death is but a single stroke. I live for them too! This is who we are, my friend. This is all we are. Alamigo and Doma and call them all be damned.
This is fucking crazy. Set it free. God, we're gonna have to fight this thing.
We tower above the gods. You by your gift, I by my might.
He did do the fucking thing on himself. Knew it.
And before the Resonant, the gods shall be made to kneel.
Oh, Jesus. Did he just absorb himself into the fucking primal? Oh my god.
An ending to mark a new beginning.
Jesus Christ. God damn. The Royal Menagerie now accessible. God, yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. Then I have to wait 30 minutes. Read the wiki. I watched the video. I read the wiki. Ooh. Oh damn. Oh damn. Oh, Judgment Bolt. Don't stay in the water for this one. God damn. Oh god. Oh god. Run! Oh. God damn. Oh god. Oh fuck, I died. I didn't see the one in the middle. Oh my god. Back to time maneuver? Oh god. Oh Jesus. What is that? It's a quick time event in a fucking MMO. What the fuck was that? Oh my god. Oh jeez. Oh god. No. Oh jeez. Oh god. Oh god. What was this? Oh god. He's gonna... Holy fuck. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh god. Yes! Oh, dear. Oh, that was so sick. Oh my god. I had to do an actual quick time event for this one. What the hell? Oh my god, that was so cool. Even as a primal, you couldn't beat me. Hello.
Are you all right?
Better than I'll ever be.
Xenos.
The hunter has indeed become the hunted. And yet, there is only joy. Transcendent joy that I have never known. How invigorating, how pure this feeling.
Is that what this was all about? All the meaningless death and destruction, so you could feel something?
Meaningless. Men die that others may live. Those who survive are stronger for it. Not that you could ever understand. To have stood upon this great stage of fools. To have played my part to perfection. Oh, this moment. Let it be enshrined in eternity. My heart beating out of time. So clear, so vivid, so real. So real.
Oh.
Coward!
Stop!
Farewell, my first friend. My enemy.
Oh God. Jesus. All that just to kill himself at the end.
Where is he?
Dead by his own
He's
hand.
dead
Oh.
by his own hand.
Okay.
Then justice has been done.
No. There's no justice in that rabid animal's end.
Liberty or death. That so many should be forced to take up this creed to defeat such madness.
We won. Forget him. The living have need of us now.
Stand tall, Lys. Now is the time to raise a cheer for all who fought for freedom. A cheer loud enough to carry to the highest heavens.
You're right. Thank you. Without you, well, you know. So let's do it together. For Alamigo!
Alamigo is finally free. Look at there, buddy. This is the ending for this expansion. Stormblood. This is the second one. The second expansion. There's Shadowbringers after this. And then there's Endwalker that comes out in November. Even then there's more story after this. Because patches added more story quests after the end of this. It's the main story, yeah.
In Crimson it began, and in Crimson it ended. And then we were free.
You ever talk about this place, Alamigo, like the entirety of the game, of it being under the Empire. And now we finally free it.
But what is freedom, really?
Or we're gonna see more of her. Give me the old school graphics feel.
We may be free
I
to
don't know,
live,
it seems like
to love,
Final
to
Fantasy's
grow
always
old,
looked.
to have dreams and desires, and to strive for them.
Granted, this game is like, what? When did it
But
come
in
out?
the end,
2012?
We're
13?
defined by the legacy our forefathers bequeathed to
I'm sure they
us.
probably upgraded some textures and stuff here and there, but
Even Xenos was once a
The
baby
models
in
and
the
stuff.
cradle, innocent and
still from
pure.
that era.
He
Even then,
was
it
made
still looks
into
really
a
good.
creature that lived only for death, not born one. 20 years of Imperial rule have left Alamigo torn and bleeding.
It probably does look as good, if not a little better, than 13, maybe. Maybe
It
12.
won't be easy to heal a generation's worth of wounds, to bridge
Like
the
Final
gap,
Fantasy 12 or 13.
but I won't give up, Papalimo. I won't.
It's like 13? Yeah.
Because I remember the price of freedom. I remember the smoke and the ashes and the blood. I remember the screams and the silence. And I'll do whatever it takes to honor their sacrifice, to build a home for us all. I promise you.
The new Final Fantasy coming? Oh my. That's not for like another. I don't even know. I don't know if they ever even said if they're gonna release it any, like. I don't know if they even said a year.
This is the end.
I have no idea.
The end of the Imperial province of Alamigo, and the rebirth of Alamigo, the free nation. Long may she endure.
In 2060. Oh, hell yeah. A little bit generous of a time frame. Final Fantasy 14 Stormblood. Era. Because they had to. The game was so bad when it first started, when it first came out, that they had to remake it. Tinian.
Well, well, well. What a fine mess we've made.
Did they just leave his body there? Oh no. Did they? Look at that. Guys.
All but spent feeding that primal, eh? Well, you won't be making any mischief with that amount of ether.
Yep.
Still, better safe than sorry.
Ooh. They went from literally one of the worst MMOs people were saying to literally being the most subscribed MMO 10 years later.
There ends your hateful legacy.
Eyes are finally destroyed. But where's Omega? Is that the Emperor? It's over. Thomas BDO is a better MMO. Yeah, I really want to fall asleep. I'll play BDO. True. My condolences for your loss. A father should not outlive his son. What nonsense. Look at that, Elidibus. Do not mourn his loss. He surprised me, your radiance. He was your son and heir. And an irreplaceable test subject. I know what he was. Monsters are not made for thrones. Nor are stars made to sustain false gods who sup on their very essence. Icons summoned by desperate savages who hearken to the whispers of shadowless charlatans. Gotta pilot practice. Could you raise a hand against my black-robed brethren? I will not stop you. Our desires are one and the same. Preservation, restoration, compression, resurrection, all is in service to your one true God. And when the sundered shards are made whole, will there be a place for us mere mortals? Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will, your radiance. You will come to trust me in time. Till then, mayhap you will find this reassuring. What you got up your sleeve? What? Oh, I'll dare you. What do you do? What? A little bit reminds you of Diablo. A little bit with the cloak. Oh. We did it. We liberated Alamigo. I don't know what to say. I don't even know how to feel about it all. Relief, I suppose. Pride and hope too. We did it. Father, Ida, Papalimo, Conrad, Mefred, and Philia. We really did it. You don't feel like you have to stand here and listen to me mumble. Everyone else still wants to talk to you. You beat him after all. You're the real hero of this story. So run along and take your plaudits. Were you the best Xenos, even after he had harnessed the power of a primal? Testament of to your ever-growing strength. Not bitter to have had your vengeance stolen from you by another? There is some small regret, perhaps, but that is outweighed by the satisfaction I find in his death. I commend you, Ceres. As should we all. Xenos was a monster and a tyrant, the man who killed my father and countless other of my countrymen. The world was a better place without him in it. I should also praise Master Alphino for his foresight and restraint. Had he not intervened, I might never have had the pleasure of being reunited with Hakuro and his Lupin brothers. It was a timely intervention, full glad am I not to have burdened with the guilt of killing my lord Hien's most trusted allies. Ah, indeed, my friend, indeed. It's still Stormblood. After all we have been through, I really should have known better than to worry. But, as ever, the relief I felt upon finding her hale and whole in the royal menagerie well nigh reduced me to tears. The warrior of light, victorious again. I should be surprised if some small part of you had not come to resent the title and the responsibilities which accompany it. Must forgive us, we call you hero when you accomplish heroic feats. But as the warrior of light goes, so does the world. You should take pride in the good you have done, and in the good you have inspired others to do. You're a natural-born leader of men, Ceres. Well, these people weren't just following their commanders, they were following you. And you led them to victory, to freedom. Alas, not everyone could see the journey through to its end, but history shall remember them. The glorious future they made possible. I was just crying. Can you believe it? We won! We beat the bastards! Al amigo! Sorry, got a bit carried away there, didn't I? It's hard not to, you know? We owe it to the friends we buried to shout and scream and cheer with all our hearts. I want them to know it wasn't for nothing, that it's finally over, and they can rest in peace. You hear that, lads? We'll be alright. So I'm so bleeding happy I could cry. She is crying. The hero of the hour. Look at him over there. I suppose we all have to add Liberator to your titles. With their commander fallen, the remainder of the 12th chose to surrender to our forces. After 20 long years, it's official. The occupation is ended. But now the hard work starts. Though the people have had their fill of kings, there is no clear consensus on what sort of government they would prefer instead. Indeed, Father, momentous as this achievement may be, the road which lies before us is no less uncertain than the one we have walked. Aye aye. Yet if we can overcome 2 decades of oppression, I have no doubt we can find a way forward. Thank you, Ceres, for helping to make this dream a reality. We did it. Look at it. It's free over there. Finish your rounds? Great. In that case, I'd like you to come with me back to Rogger's Reach. Not for a rematch or anything. Sadly, I want to call all the signs together. I'll explain later. Alright. Damn, it just took me straight here. I don't even know where to begin.
We've been through a lot together, haven't we? I can't thank you enough. There's something I need to say to you all. That is, if you have a moment.
Got a moment. Oh, yes, Shola. She's good.
Good. You're all here. Good. Good. Thank you doesn't really suffice, does it? I'm grateful. Truly grateful from the bottom of my heart. But I know you didn't fight so hard just to hear me or anyone else say that. You fought because you wanted to help, because you believed it was right. Because you're scions. Now, I'm obviously a scion, but as Conrad left me in charge of things here, I also have responsibilities to Alamigo. When I put it like that, though, I realized I couldn't even pretend to be impartial anymore. So it seemed best to make it official. As long as I serve Alamigo, I can't be a scion. It might be selfish and short-sighted, but that's my decision.
Am I to understand that you summoned us all, some of us still nursing wounds, to hear this?
Oh, I didn't,
Forgive me, Lise. 'Twas but a jest. But this I say with the utmost sincerity. Scion or no, we are comrades, now and ever after. Is that not so?
Yeah. Look how cute she is.
There you have it. Come what may, you may count on us in your hour of need. We shall never refuse you.
Stola. Oh, gods. I swore I wouldn't cry.
Wow. Oh, good. Where's this? What the fuck?
Come back here, you slippery
He's still
little
alive.
devil. Ah, to think fishing could be so.
This fucker's still alive. I knew it. I knew he had to be alive. But is Yotsuyu
What greater
still alive?
proof of a man's lingering mortality than an empty belly? A fate worse than death, fie on it. To have arrived at the appointed place and time only to survive by mere force of habit. Truly, the Kami are not finished with us yet. Oh, capricious fortune. How you test me with this wretched soul.
He is alive, too. Has he been knocked out the entire time? Why are they're on a deserted island? What a boat? Did he wash ashore? What happened? There's the hole that think Omega made? He got more helpers. This is indeed the work of either Shinryu or Omega. It says there is undeniably something down there radiating a massive amount of energy. It cannot very well be the late Viceroy's lab dragon. Yes, I think we have our suspect. Well, this is a mess of our own making, so it falls to us to clean it up. Won't be easy, but is it ever? And now comes the part where you say you've got no choice but to divert company resources and employees to this pet product of yours. Lost profits and belligerent clients be damned. Financial considerations notwithstanding, you have to admit there is an unquantifiable benefit in giving our people the opportunity to study such advanced technology. Oh, is that before or after you blow it up or steal it away? Fine, fine, but the moment I judge this little venture an unsustainable risk to the ironworks, I'm meant to get heavy. And to keep you honest, using my authority as deputy president, I've gone ahead and brought in a consultant, a master engineer and mechanical genius. No, wait. She brought... Come now, you mustn't build their expectations too high. It'll be less dramatic when I surpass them. Oh no, absolutely not. This is not happening. Yeah, I knew it. It's fucking Nero. Nero told Skiva, eager to begin his first day as a loyal member of the Ironworks team. I'm looking forward to working with you, Garland. Of course. Well, now he's stuck with him. So fell the hunter, but what of the hound? So rose the children, but what of their father? Come on, speed and rockers reach as increase. Look at that. You got it. You game plus. There you go. Look, I still got two more sections of Stormblood to go. This is the post what's it called? Stormblood missions and shit.
Come to see how we're getting on?
Quite a lot.
We've made good progress since we took back Alamigo, but there's one big issue we still have to address. Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we've got no one like that here. Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
If only it were that easy. Everyone and his uncle has an opinion. For the time being, we're just going to have to keep leaning on General Aldin and the Alliance for support, and see if we can't find a solution together. Something tells me we're going to be hosting a lot of meetings in the near future.
I tried to copy
But if that's what it
Oda.
takes, I'm ready to talk till my jaw aches. The reach is yours, Nago. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Ah, there you are. I've been searching all over for you. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. That said, this might not be the best place to talk. Will you join me?
Sure, what's up? Oh my ass.
I'll get to the point. Might you be interested in a spot of adventure? After all,
Adventure?
we were adventurous before we were scions, were we not? After routing the Imperials and liberating Alamigo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots?
What you got in mind, buddy?
So, what say you? Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
That's my arm, why don't you? I don't know. Right then, let's go and find Master Levier. Actually, leave that to me. I want you fresh for our little adventure. If rest by the Aetheryte and we'll be along shortly. See you there. Okay. Hello. Hey, what am I doing? Hello. Hello. Greetings, sirs. So it seems we are to accompany Arnvald on some manner of escapade. You any idea what we've gotten ourselves into? Allow me to explain. It'll be something of a history lesson, but I'll try to be brief. No snoring, if you please. Now, the events I would speak of occurred before the occupation, back when Alamika was still a monarchy, and Theodoric sat the throne. A uniquely brutal despot, by all accounts. But he was. The king of Reuben suffered no rivals, real or imagined, and his dispute with the monks of the Fist ended with Roger's Reach being burned to the ground. In the latter years of his rule, he was seized by the unshakable belief that unseen forces were conspiring to steal his ground, so he ordered that every soul with a claim to the throne be executed, including his own family. The wealth of the poor sods he put to death became the property of the king, and it said that these royal treasures were hoarded somewhere in the palace. Thus was born the legend of the Mad King's Trove. I believe I see the direction our adventure is to take. I assume you have a mind to unearth this hidden bounty? You assume correctly. Would I also be correct in assuming that this legend is widely known? Others must surely have gone in search of your prize, tempting as it seems. Well, of course, we won't be the first to make the attempt. Following Alamigo's liberation, more than a few eager soldiers turned the palace upside down in hopes of claiming an easy fortune. But even after scouring every room from dawn till dusk, they uncovered not a single coin. Their gold lust drained away as quickly as it came. The legend of the Mad King's Trove remains simply that, a legend. But I see you have no intention of letting the story end there. What self-respecting adventurer would? Imagine the three of us delving into a decades-old mystery. Tell me that thought doesn't set your heart to racing. What? Box. Oh shit! I gotta do emote. Learn the emote box. The wedge. The news of Doma and Alamigo's liberation has kindled the flames of revolution in every corner of the empire, where the imperial province of Dalmasca has already risen up in rebellion. Which means the Guardians must surely have their hands full. What better time than now to indulge in such a diversion? Tell us, Arnvald, have we any clues as to where we might begin our search? Well, judging by how the other treasure hunters fared, nosing about the palace isn't like to get us anywhere. So we'll probably need to ask around. Would that be another way of saying no? Well, yes. I see. In that case, I shall pay a visit to the Allied Archivist and request access to the records seized from the Imperials. The Guardians are meticulous about such things. If they uncovered the trove during the occupation, the event is certain to have been recorded. In the meantime, the two of you can track down those who worked as palace servants and officials in Theodoric's day. Given that they would have been at least 20 at the time, you would be looking for people who had seen 40 summers or more. Anything they can tell you about the king and his bloody deeds may prove useful, so be sure to listen to well. Arnvald, pray try your luck in the fringes and the peaks, while Severus makes the rounds in the Alamiga quarter. Ah, and there I was thinking I was the party leader. Not that I mind, of course. Let's be about it then. We can meet afterwards at Gilbard's Gate. Ready? Like we're gonna be hunting a bit. Ooh. The palace? No, not me, lass. Surely I've heard stories of the Mad King. He used to hold public executions up on a divine audience. Anyone, I mean anyone. The specter of conspiring against the crown was flung from the top of those steps. Whereas to say that I stayed as far away from the palace as possible. Want to hear an old maid stories, do you? Well, most of what I know of the Mad King is common knowledge. We'd only see his royal majesty when he deigned to attend the executions he's ordered. After a while, even watching his enemies die wasn't enough to coax him out of hiding. They say he started seeing assassins in every shadow when he set foot outside the palace walls. I was offered work there as a royal servant once, but the mere thought of it left me in cold sweat. That's not that many people want to work for someone called the Mad King. Retired Rogadin. I served with the pleasure of King Theodoric and lived to tell the tale. One of the palace guards I was. Truth be told, it was a dark chapter in my life, one I'd sooner forget. Hardly a night went by when we didn't hear blood-curdling screams echoing from the inner chambers, which of course we were under orders to ignore. We stand still as statues, trying not to imagine what horrors were unfolding within. If you're hell's-bent on finding out what happened in the palace, head down the street here and ask old Ernold. He was the king's head scribe. So the head scribe was still alive. Christ. Yes, name Arnold. What do you want with me? Tell me about the king. You would have me dredge up some decidedly unsavory memories. And if Alamigo is to move forward, we must needs acknowledge the misdeeds of the past. Very well, I shall tell you what I remember. I take it you know Theodoric's paranoia and the public executions of his kinsmen. Those are terrible enough, but in his last days, the king's fevered mind settled upon an even grislier method of disposal, which only a chosen few were unfortunate enough to witness. His Majesty ordered the court thaumaturge to unleash a vile curse upon the remaining members of the royal family, a magic which transformed them into fiends of hideous aspect. The resulting monstrosities were then cast into the darkness below the palace. Even now, my sleep is troubled by nightmares. The brothers of Theodoric's blood were prone to share his madness, and mayhap it is a kindness that the monarchy ended with him. They're saying that there's something beneath the palace. Curious. Curious indeed. I got some juicy intel, boys. We're all here. Why don't we share what we learned? Allow me to begin, then. As promised, I scoured the imperial records of any mention of fantastic treasures and found precisely none. It is just possible, I suppose, that a corrupt official deliberately hid the fact of the trove's discovery, hoping to enrich himself, but I find it rather unlikely that so valuable a find would stay secret for long. I conclude that our prize either does not exist or that the Imperials somehow overlooked it. What of you, Ceres? Were your investigations any more fruitful? Learned of something, at least. Turned into monsters? What could it mean by this darkness beneath the palace, I wonder? I met an old man in Alagiri who spoke of the palace's subterranean prison, but he said not of cursed abominations. The Imperial archives were also silent on the subject of fiends inside the palace grounds. Would this scribe fellow have been spinning her a yarn, do you think? Did you believe him, Ceres? You feared something. His fears seemed genuine. He was afraid that does lend credence to the tale, although I'm not sure how that helps us in our search. Do not be so hasty. Ernold's anecdote may very well have told us where the trove is hidden, but ere I share my theory, there is a matter I would clarify. Arnvold, you spoke of light-hearted adventure, but I sense a deeper motive for this expedition. Why are you so intent on finding this treasure? It wasn't all pretense. I swear it, but you're right. My father was in the Imperial Army, a man of Garlean blood. Of course you know what I mean when I say that Alamigan mother did not welcome my arrival. As I grew, she would check my brow over and over, convinced that a spot on my skin was an emerging third eye, like the kind you see in pure-blood Garleans. My mother did not care for this taunting reminder of my heritage, and took up a knife. War paint serves to cover the scar. Dang. In the end, she turned me out into the streets, and I was left to haunt the alleyways of Alamigo, a furrowed child who got what he needed through begging, cunning, or worse. The best I can say about the years that followed is that I survived, but I hated the animal I'd become. Eventually, I left this city behind me and joined a group of refugees bound for the other side of the wall. It was then that I turned to adventuring, and that road led me into the company of the Scions. I'll tell you this so that you understand. I know all too well what poverty and hunger can do to a person. I drew steel on ordinary folk for a measly crust of bread. With Theodoric's gold, I could spare my countrymen the shame of living like that. Thank you, Arnvold, and I apologize. That could not have been pleasant to recall, but I felt it best to be clear in our intentions. Well, sirs, are you content to surrender the treasure to Arnvold's noble cause and claim the thrill of adventure as a reward? You bet. Then I should be glad to tell you my theory on the resting place of the Mad King's Trove. You're reminded to hear it. Yep. Dai Ryu Miyaku accessories of fending. Cannot be used in instance areas such as dungeons, PvP, squares, or raids. What? What is that? What does it mean by that? Why does it say that it advanced melting? I guess. $312, look at that. Actually, maybe it would be better if we first adjourn to a more suitable location. In case a rival treasure hunter overhears our plans, you mean? Good thinking. That was not exactly a reason, but it is certainly a valid concern. Let us reconvene on the southern edge of Lokseld. I'm coming. Oh. Get up there. Oh my god, what is that thing? Asterian. Forgive me, it was not my intention to draw out proceedings. I simply wish to have the lock in sight while I explain things. Prior to the great flood of the Sixth Umbra calamity, the salt lakes you see before you were yet dry ravines. And this, believe it or not, was the site of the ancient city of Scala, which rose and fell during the 5th Astral Era. From what we know of the period, the city was already deserted by the time the waters began to rise, having been all but destroyed by war. But its ruins remain to this day at the bottom of Lokseld. It is my belief that the darkness beneath the palace, mentioned by Theodoric's former scribe, was not a reference to the prison, but to a place still further below the ruins of Scala, or the ruins of Scala. It further surmised that the Mad King's unfortunate kinsmen were cast down there not simply out of a desire to punish them, but to discourage exploration. Theodoric wanted to keep the ruins secure. Wait, you're saying they were meant to guard the Mad King's trove? Precisely. And since we know the court thaumaturge was involved, we can safely assume that any entrance into the old city will have been magically concealed. Which would explain how a legion of Imperial soldiers and gods know how many Alamegas never found a trace of the trove. We, however, have certain advantages which they do not. Enjoy. There is. Would be so good as to swim down to the bottom of the loch and search for an underwater route into the ruins? While you do that, Arnvold and I will seek out an ensorcelled portal within the palace. Right. Well, I'm the only one that can breathe underwater out of us. Leave it to me, buddies. I'll find that place in a jiff. In a jiffy. Oh, this chasm is deep. Jesus Christ. How was this city so low here? Damn. Look at that. A discovery passage that appears to lead under the palace foundations. Press on to find out where it goes. Oh god. Somebody here. Can you move out of the way, please? I guess it needs to lead to a dungeon. You come to a worn stone door, standing temptably ajar. It would appear you have found an entrance into the subterranean ruins. Cyrus, it's Alpha now. We have searched the prison beneath the palace and found a door concealed by enchantments. Have you out to report? Found a door down there. I believe it leads into the ruins? Excellent. And I propose we proceed from our respective entry points and look to meet somewhere in the middle. Oh, come on, you two. We might as well make it a race. Victory goes to the first adventurer to find the treasure. Godspeed. Found City of Scala. Well, I think I'll do that tomorrow. Oh no, I can see on my skirt. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.